There are 31 beach towns in the entire state of South Carolina, and that's 178 miles of coastline. And that's starting from the North Carolina border all the way down to the Georgia border and everywhere in between. So in this video, I've narrowed it down to only 3 of the very best. And I'm going to break down the geographies and why they matter, and what really makes each one of these places really special. My name is Jerry Pincus, and you've arrived at the South Carolina Relocation Guide on YouTube, so give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. First up on our list is number 3, Pawleys Island. Now, Pawleys Island itself is kind of small. Geography-wise, it's located 60 miles down the coast from North Carolina and 148 miles up the coast from Georgia. So it's close to larger towns like Myrtle's Inlet and the South Strand. But what really makes this area special is the fact that it stands out for its laid-back, unspoiled vibe compared to other beach towns in the nation. This area is one of the oldest summer resorts on the entire East Coast, and it's considered to be shabby chic, embracing the resistance over development. There's no high-rises, and there's no neon signs here. The beach is a great place for shelling and spotting loggerhead turtles nesting in the summer, while creeks and marshes offer kayaking and fishing, with egrets and herons relaxing on the bank. And it's a great place to slow down and savor crab cakes at a local joint, or feel like you just stepped into a quieter, more authentic slice of low country. And from a financial perspective, Pawleys Island is affordable compared to many other coastal spots in the nation. The cost of living here is about 3% lower than the national average when you consider essential expenses like housing, groceries, transportation, medical care, insurance, and taxes. Now, housing prices here vary depending upon location, and the median home price sits at around $459,000. So if you're looking for something more budget-friendly, you really got to look for neighborhoods that are further inland and back from the beach, because we all know that homes that are closer to the beach are usually priced much higher. In Pawleys, you're going to find a community hospital, but if you really need some specialized health care, you're going to need to travel to Myrtle Beach or Charleston. And we know this area like the back of our hand, and there are some flood areas that you may want to stay away from. And there's also areas that you'll also want to check out, because honestly, we have many clients who have purchased here, and it's not a one-size-fits-all for everybody. I mean, Pawleys Island is worth considering if you want a laid-back environment with a relatively reasonable cost of living, natural beauty, and a friendly community. Number 2 on our list is the coastal areas of Charleston. An absolute fan favorite is the city of Charleston. Now, just understand that Charleston is the largest coastal city in South Carolina, and many locals have complained that it's getting too crowded. And I'm not talking about the city, guys. I'm talking about the hidden gem, the suburb, the beach area of Charleston. And it has a handful of distinct beaches. That's what really makes it a special area. You have Pawleys Beach offering killer views and fishing spots. You have Sullivan's Island that's a bit closer at 9 miles from downtown, and it feels more residential, and it has wide, uncrowded sand beaches. And it's got an almost untouched feel. And the Isle of Palms, which is about 12 miles away. And this area leans to the upscale side with resorts and golf, but still keeps a pristine coastal vibe. And these beach towns are all close enough, but far enough away from downtown Charleston. And Charleston's located about 100 miles from Georgia state line and about 130 miles from the North Carolina state line. But what makes Charleston, South Carolina so magic? It's really hard to pin down. It's not just one thing. Besides the cobblestone streets and pastel-colored houses and oak-lined streets, it's probably the food. The low country cuisine, the shrimp and grits, the she crab, the oysters pulled straight from nearby beds, and all the well-known restaurants. If healthcare is a priority, you need to see a specialist often, Charleston's probably a good bet for you. The city has some top-rated hospitals and some of the best medical care in South Carolina. But the downside is the cost of living. Charleston is more expensive than other cities in the state and other cities in the country. And home prices can vary significantly depending upon which area you choose. The median home prices range from around $560,000 to $1 million plus for a restored historic home. In areas like the Isle of Palms, though, homes can go for well over $1.5 million to $10 million. Comedian Bill Murray, he lives in South Carolina on Sullivan's Island. Now, one thing that you really must know is parts of downtown Charleston have been dealing with flooding on a regular basis, and this can be a concern. So choosing the right place to live is going to be super important if this is where you want to be. Now, some neighborhoods are more affected than others, so you really need to do your research and your homework on flood zones before buying a property in Charleston. With that being said, Charleston is still an excellent option for retirees where your budget isn't really a problem. You just need to find a house that's outside that high-risk flood zone. And the final city on our list is number 1, Myrtle Beach. Now, this city is one of Carolina's most affordable coastal retirement spots, but Myrtle Beach is only 20 miles from the coast of the North Carolina state line and about 210 miles from the Georgia state line. Now, what makes this area really special is the mix of coastal charm and practical perks. The area has been drawing retirees in droves, and I've lived here for the last 20 years, and I've seen a lot of changes. Now, many people think it's a tourist town and that it only has the downtown area, which is behind me, but it's much more than just the oceanfront style and stunning views with plenty of room to unwind. There's also really great neighborhoods that you need to consider, and we want to show you. Everything from North Myrtle Beach, Crescent Beach, Cherry Grove, Myrtle Beach, Garden City Beach, Surfside Beach, Murrells Inlet, even parts of Pawleys Island, and then go further inland to Conway, to Long, South Carolina, and Loris. They make up the many neighborhoods of the Grand Strand. You're going to be looking at over 215 sunny days a year, with mild winters averaging in the 50s and low 60s. And enjoying the outdoors is easy to do year-round because there's moderate temperatures year-round. It's not brutally hot like Florida, and it's not as cold as the winters in the northern states. And affordability is the big deal here because the cost of living is about 7% below the national average, and housing is still cheaper when compared to other coastal hotspots. Median homes in the entire area go for around $375,000. And of course, if you're closer to the beach, it's going to be more, but we have 176 new home communities that you really want to consider. Now, new homes, after the options and location, depending upon where you are, they run around $400,000 to $450,000, but we can show you some really great options that are within your budget and are way above average. Plus, property taxes here are the 5th lowest in the nation. Then there's the stuff to do. I mean, there's 80 golf courses. It's a golfer's paradise. I don't play golf, but it is something to do. Beyond that, you've got fishing, you got kayaking, you got long beach walks, plus a lively scene with over 1,800 restaurants dishing up everything from fresh seafood to low country classics like shrimp and grits. And the arts aren't lacking here either. Brook Green Gardens brings world-class sculptures and blooms, and places like the House of Blues and the Carolina Opry keep entertainment rolling year-round. Healthcare is another strong suit. Systems like Grand Strand Health, Tidelands, and McLeod all offer top-tier care, and facilities like the Grand Strand Medical Center rank super high for cardiac care in the nation. And it's peace of mind for retirees, especially with a growing 55-plus population. And about 20% of the area's 300,000-plus residents are over the age of 65. Now, the community vibe really seals it because Southern hospitality shines through in spots in many neighborhoods and communities where you can get resort-style living with pools, clubhouses, and neighbors who really get the pace. And it's not just a tourist trap. These vacationers pay for much of our infrastructure that locals get to enjoy. And it's a place where you can settle in, stay active, stretch your retirement dollars further than you actually expect. Go ahead, put it in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I want to know what you're doing. Are you moving? Are you retiring? Where are you going? Guys, this is what we do every single day. We want to make sure that you're not getting average, but you're getting way above average. If this is something that you want more information about, pick up the phone, give us a call at 843-839-9870. You have questions, we have answers. And I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch and comment here on these videos, here on this channel. So wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and we'll talk soon. Take care, guys.